Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first steering public meeting in April. I will be the host today, Bob Killen. As a general reminder, these meetings are recorded and will be posted to YouTube sometime later today. We abide by the CNCF Code of Conduct, which essentially boils down to please be excellent to each other. If anyone is available to be a note taker today, that would be really appreciated. I'll drop link to the notes there.
I can help with notes.
Okay, thank you. First big thing on the list is CNCF updates, Paris.
Let's see. I already forgot what I'm doing. Let's see. Oh, steering. We do have time on the next upcoming governing board meeting. Right now we have 15 minutes. That is not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. And we don't know necessarily where we are on the schedule yet. Priyanka and Arun are working on the agenda, I think, as we speak. So hope to hear at some point this week where we are. This would be bringing up with legal as well as our needs, again, bubbling from both annual reports as well as what we already know, budget stuff, and trying to think of what my other one was. Potential changes to memberships to reflect behaviors and stuff that we would like from end users with participation. But that's all I've got there for CNCF updates.
Okay, and annual reports sort of rolls right into some of the next things. But before we get to that, actually, did anyone have any questions, comments regarding the governing board business? Okay. Then we'll go right into the next thing. And Dims.
Yeah. Paris, are we going to like share some materials to the GB members before the meeting?
Yep. Okay. I shared them with Priyanka and Arun already, and they're reviewing them. So I think Priyanka also, Priyanka wanted to share with CNCF. Was that cool with us at this stage? Okay, cool. All right, I'll get back to her with that. Yeah, but intentions are that we're okay to share these documents with GB members as well as CNCF staff at this point.
Sounds good.
Cool. Okay, so that will takes the next thing. First is a discussion regarding retiring SIG service catalog. We had started this conversation in the Q4 of last year with the potential intention of moving their sub-projects under SIG apps. At this time, there hasn't been any traction on that, both in terms of potentially migrating it over and retiring the SIG. At this point, kicking off the sort of more public discussion on it, issues have been opened in all of their sub-projects, and something sent to their mailing list thread, as well as a Slack message, and we'll sort of get any sort of feelers from there. But I figure we will vote on decommissioning it at the next public steering meeting, assuming there's no other feedback from things. Christoph?
Have we put like the same kind of messages that we've been putting out to the SIG itself? Have we put something out to dev at kubernetes.io, like the wide-ranging community, like somebody scream if something's awful here?
No, I can send the same message I sent to the SIG service catalog list to the dev one later today, though.
Yeah, that'd be good. And with this specifically calling out that like we intend to vote on this in 2 weeks, that like that we're going to be closing this SIG down unless there's some very big, very important reason why we wouldn't.
Yeah, I am happy to do that, and I can do that not right after this meeting, but sometime later today.
Christos, you still have your hand up? Cool.
Okay. Does anyone else have any questions, comments regarding SIG service catalog? Okay, that will take us to the annual reports. General, just trying to get like a feel from people on how they're doing on these. I only have, me personally, I only have one that's outstanding for getting merged with multi-cluster. How is everyone else feeling about them?
I just got to sit down with mine. Really, the PRs are, we checked the trees, the PRs are up. I think the only one that would be outstanding after this week would be Cncf from my side.
Quick thing, DIMS, I think that's multi-tenancy regarding your
Oh,
node.
sorry. Yes, I'm wrong. Yes. Multi.
Yeah.
So I was worried about my SIG usability, and Tasha responded this morning after a couple of tries before. So I'll report back by end of the week if there is no more,
Okay.
if there is any progress.
Well,
Dim's heads up for you. I think that so the SIG release folks cherry picked off of my initial bits for the SIG release report, and I think it ended up merging without your check on it.
Yeah.
So just
I reviewed it and it looked fine to me.
okay, cool. All right, just wanted to make sure.
Post the merge, yes, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went, so Friday night I went through all my responsibilities and like I marked them and tracked them and pinged people also. So thank you.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure.
the other sort of like general question on this is, with the governing board meeting next week, do we want to try and at least get a version of the annual report out with, even if we're not going to be fully complete on all the SIGs?
I feel like we've got a lot of content going into that meeting, and then we should maybe focus on getting their opinions on some of the more sketchy things, I guess.
That's mostly like the annual report has all the various, like if they're looking for something that links out to the various like help wanted and those types of issues.
I plan on spending most of my week on this. So I'm going to put in at least 20 to 25 hours. And if any steering members need me to take over their reports for review, I'll do it. Yeah, whatever we need to do to get this out, I'm going to do it.
So review wise, are there any things that we have noticed that maybe have fallen out of the bounds of what we've given in the template, like things that we feel are missing that people who may be trailing on reviews should be watching for?
Yeah, links to things.
Fair.
Yeah, I think that was the major thing, because like a lot of very generalized statements with no supporting information about it, I think was the main theme for me, which is the same for last year. Like if somebody says, oh, we would love to have a feature manager, period. What's a feature manager? Is there an open issue for the feature manager? Nothing. Like, do they come to a meeting to talk to you about the feature manager role? Like that kind of thing. That's what I've been, yeah, I've been challenging them hard on, like what that means. Like, what does this mean exactly? I'm in GB and I'm an end user looking at help wanted, and I can assign headcount to this.
Right.
Like that's the kind of mindset that I'm looking at right now, because they're not going to assign headcount to something that doesn't have any justification and is generic and generalized.
Any other?
Can I ask a related question, Paris? Somewhat related. So the HCD stuff ended up on our lap as well, right? Because the original email came to the steering public mailing list. So then the question, so people that got wider publicity, and then ended up with at least AWS offering up a couple of people to help with HCD. So do we want to do something like that as well? And would we do it before or after the GB meeting?
Probably after, and yes, we already have a lot of things planned. So the contributor comms team has been assigned to work on blog posts per theme. They're also doing tweets per help wanted issue. We're also going to do a gigantic KDIV help wanted email. So yeah, I plan an entire campaign around this. So that's why this is very important that we get right, because there's going to be a lot of eyeballs on this. So like links and all that stuff is like so important. But yeah, 100%. Like I think we should get like an alarm out, or like, hello, everyone out there.
And for the SIGs that might not merge in time for the annual report to be next week, if anyone has things that they can potentially dump in the main one, like some thoughts that they've seen from, the various help wanted or other areas, that would be great. We can fill in the rest later. Any other questions, comments regarding annual reports at this point? Okay. Next thing up is the steering AMA. For those of us that can attend KubeCon EU, there is going to be a contributor summit. It is Monday, May 16th. And right now, it looks like there's going to, like, one of the requested things was a AMA of the steering committee, and this is strictly the contributor base. It's not the general public or general KubeCon attendees. So this is people that are just going to have questions for us as a group. There is no time on it yet, but like I'm in favor of attending, and I was going to be there anyway. Is anyone not going to be there on Monday that was planning on going to KubeCon EU at this point?
I probably don't get there till later in the day on Monday.
Okay.
Pretty sure I should be there, but I still need to sort out some travel stuff. So
I'll have beach hair, but I'll be there.
So probably 4 of us will be there on Monday, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, we can move around the time too if it's more convenient for people.
How much of this is like an overlap with the session that we're already doing during the general conference?
The big thing is, at least the people that will be at the contributor summit one, it's just going to be our contributor base. There won't be any general public. So yeah, there might be overlap, but it's honestly a good time if people have questions. Like our contributors have questions regarding steering.
I'm into it. Yeah.
The next thing also for KubeCon is the steering session at KubeCon EU. Christoph, that also currently only lists you as the speaker.
Yes, I have already put in, I'll follow up with Cody. I already put in a request to get that modified, but
okay.
I don't know where that is.
Whatever, you're doing it now. Enjoy.
You show up.
You're up there.
Shove me out onto the stage.
Yep.
Feed you to the wolves. Yeah.
Have fun.
Sounds great.
Any questions, comments regarding sort of the AMAs at KubeCon?
Oh, Jordan, I'll be missing you.
We should try and like get together and have like a dinner or lunch or something too.
Yeah, I was gonna try to plan something for us, y'all, because you know me.
I could
beachside, right, Paris?
Yeah, y'all will have to come to the beach side, but yeah,
Barbecue on
I-
the beach.
I get in Saturday, so I'll be there extra fresh and early, maybe Sunday. I don't know.
I also
Or
get
if
there on Saturday.
Oh, it's right. Tim doesn't get there till Monday night. So maybe Monday night though. I don't know. Maybe or maybe Tuesday. I don't know. We'll think it. We're taking up time. We're taking up time.
Okay. Well, does anyone have any questions, comments regarding it at this point? Okay. Next thing on the list, this Friday, there is I think it's biannually meeting with the OpenStack PDG. It's this Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific time, so that might be a little early for some folk. If you can make it, please do. They've honestly been pretty good in the past. And I think we will have some cross-community topics this time around, especially around like all the legal and other fun stuff.
Yeah, I have every time I've gone to one of these ones for some of the newer steering members, every time that I've attended one of these like cross-community collaboration sessions with the OpenStack community, I've gotten like a decent amount of value out of it, and at least reaffirming that like we're talking about the right things and we're not coming out of left field with different stuff. Like it's a good opportunity to knowledge share, and the OpenStack community has been great about engaging us and inviting us because they have this thing of cadence. I think we should probably be the thing that we haven't done is done the opposite, because we don't have that same cadence as far as like where the entire community gets together a couple times a year, other than like in person at KubeCon. But yeah, every time I've attended one of these, it's been great. So encourage, if you can, make the time to do so.
So what I would say is, like, when we are having dinner, we could ask them to come along too, for example, right? Or an informal gathering when we go to KubeCon EU. Some of them will be around.
Yeah, I know Kendall mentioned, I'm trying to remember who she said was going to be there. Some of them will be there.
Okay, let's try something.
Yeah.
At KubeCon EU. Okay. Yeah.
Do you have an invite out for this?
No,
meeting?
they
That's it.
didn't do an invite. They just sent a time and all
The
that in the
info?
Slack channel.
Okay, cool. All right.
I'll put one on our steering calendar and send it out to everyone, so everybody just has a copy of the Zoom details and stuff in their calendar.
Okay, dope.
Thanks, Christoph. And with that, we're technically all the way through our agenda in 23 minutes. So is there anything
You're
else
super
that people...
efficient, Bob. This is great.
Well, considering like every item in the agenda, I think the governing board update was like me. Is there anything that people want to talk about right now?
As I said to Bob on Friday, there is like 400 things, but my brain is mush. So we're just going to keep on going.
Community members who are on the call, I don't know if we saw any community topics, but if you're interested in.
No, Ray.
Nothing from me. Nothing from me also. I just have updates, but that's gonna be for next meeting.
Okay.
One sort of thing, I know while you're here, I think the lazy consensus state ends today regarding the GitHub admins. So the next step will be for us to +1 on the PR when that change goes through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, when that lazy consensus period expires, yeah, we'll Contribex with Contribex hat on. Contribex will send a notice to steering to review and approve, and everybody here can give their thumbs up.
Yeah, since Arno is here, I do have to mention that Arno and I are going to talk to Cloudflare at 3 p.m. my time.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the moment to ask question about legal aspect of contract with any provider, because it's still unclear how we handle this with something outside of the community.
I would say we wait until post Cloudflare Flare meeting to get an idea of how they want to engage.
Okay, but I mean, I think my question in general, how do we handle this kind of things? Because I never.
So
Actually,
legally, we do, Kubernetes steering doesn't have like a
Doesn't exist.
They're
law
not a legal
or
entity.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
legal entity. So we end up deferring to CNCF, and CNCF will actually sign if something needs to be signed, right?
okay.
So we kind of like get them to the point where we are okay with the things, and then we hand it off to like Chris or Amy and Priyanka and those folks for them to actually do whatever needs to be signed. And this is the same for like cloud credits, even for GitHub. GitHub sponsors us too, right? So for a whole bunch of things, that's exactly what we end up doing. So we open a service desk ticket and provide information and contacts, and they'll follow it up and do whatever is necessary.
Okay.
There might be other restrictions around like if they want to use the fact that they're sponsoring us in any sort of like marketing material, because that was the like
Right.
Cloudflare tends to like include the logos and things like that of the projects that they sponsor, which I think is generally okay, but that still needs sign off from the CNCF.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Are there any other sort of questions, comments, or things people want to talk about today?
Like fun topic is Cortex. Has anybody been following that along? So for those of you not following, CNCF Cortex is a project, incubated project in CNCF, and with a major set of contributors from Grafana Labs. So on last week, they ended up Qualtrics. So last week they ended up forking Cortex into a Grafana Labs project under a different license. So
EGPL.
Yes, EGPL.
Amir thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have been following that, unraveling last week. So that's pretty interesting, trying to figure out like, why and how and what, and is there going to be any, back and forth between the two projects? That kind of
Cortex is incubating, right?
Yes, and at this point, like if Grafana Labs pulls out, then there'll be hardly any work going on there. That's the worry.
Yeah, it's been a while since I looked at their dev stats, but yeah, it looked like it was pretty much all that.
Right.
And congrats to you, Dims, for leading
Oh,
this
yeah.
charge, for leading this group in CNCF, the
Thank
new
you.
chair of the Technical Oversight Committee.
Thank you. I don't know. People commiserated with me too, Paris. So
I think you'll be great, and I am pumped. So that's all I have to say about that.
thank you.
You'll get to see each other at both the steering and the GB meetings now.
Yes.
Okay. With that, I think we're done unless anyone else has any other things they want to get at the last minute.
Everybody's awesome. Have a nice day.
Good job, Bob.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks all.
Y'all 2 weeks.
Yep.
Bye.